alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Hoping my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all I'm out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm all in now. Lost my mind to these guppies and purple now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all I'm out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm all in now. Lost my mind to these guppies and purple now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all I'm out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm all in now. Lost my mind to these guppies and purple now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. remember. Tell me to leave her alone. Got enough I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. Got enough I can remember. Got enough I can remember.
Should be starting. Yo, what's good, everybody? We're back with another Sold Out Live, another Sold Out podcast on this Wednesday, man. Y'all smash that like button, sub up to the channel if you're new, and if you haven't done so already, of course, y'all know my name is Jeremy Jones, and what I normally do is make content about sneakers, occasional trial hauls, and y'all know we got Music Monday, but tonight is Sold Out, where we talk that sneaker talk, man. Smash that like button, sub up to the channel if you haven't done so already. Definitely sign up for that Sold Out Discord. Link is pinned at the top of the chat, and it's free to sign up, or of course, we continue the sneaker talk. We got a food section, a sports section, you name it, man. Tonight's topic, we're going to be keeping it pretty simple here, just doing a little bit of update on Trump's closed the door on tariff trades talk expansions. So we're going to be talking a little bit that, and the Vietnam trade deal looks like they're trying to cut like some type 20% deal. But as y'all can see already in the building, we have a special guest in here. Salute to the big homie, Big Money Sonny, and we're definitely gonna let him do his proper introductions, and we're gonna get party started here. Y'all sure see him up on the screen because I'm using the Sold Out Discord. Go ahead and do your introductions, big homie.
Appreciate your Polo. Shout out to the Sold Out Squad. You already know the Discord is exactly where it's at. If y'all don't know about Polo, y'all should already know. You know what I'm saying? All love, all vibes in the Discord. Appreciate you having me on, big dog.
Most definitely, man. Most definitely appreciate that. Again, y'all should be able to see Sonny up on the screen. Y'all let us know if audios and visuals okay. We'll see who all we got in the building, and then we'll just go pretty much and get the party started. We're also going to be talking upcoming sneaker releases toward the end of the live. We're only going to be on the joint for like an hour. Notice I actually probably started on time for once, so salute to Big Money Sonny for that as well. Looks like he has already been active in the chat, and looks like we have Freddie G in the building. What up, Freddie G? What up? And so, like, we got the homie Kwame in the building, says, yo, what up, Kwame? What up, what up? As y'all commenting out, y'all smash the like button. Y'all let us know, is audio and visuals okay? Because everything is looking good on my end. It was a slight little bit of a lag, and it may be slightly still, but for the most part, I think we're going to be okay here. Looks like Freddie G says, sup, everyone. What up, what up, what up? So pretty much, man, we're going to be starting with the tariff talk right off rip. Now, how much do you really already know this, or how you already been keeping up with this joint? But if you haven't been living under a rock, you know how Trump can get, right? Okay. And I'm going to just leave it right there with that one, because at the same time, it's one of those, people don't kind of understand it, but it kind of really falls on us if you really think about it, right? So like, it's one of those easily could be like anybody's ball game whenever it comes to Trump in this situation. And I guess he's calling himself trying to help the current country in the situations and trying to get us better deals. But, you know, who knows, man, at this point. So it could be either way. Now, I know right now, the sneaker market and the sneaker economy, man, is just not what it once was, right? You know what I'm saying? A lot of shoes, my last few vlogs, I'm pretty sure, I don't know if you checked them out or not, but there's already been a plethora of shoes sitting. What in particular have you got your hands on this year in particular, or something that you just necessarily had to have, or you wasn't really worried about? So I know you have been catching back up on picking up on your latest sneaker pickups too, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Latest sneaker pickup. That's a great question. A lot have been reachbacks from earlier this year. Man, that's a really good question. Let's see. SB4s, the Navies. I had to reach back for the Yamas as well too. Believe it or not, I actually copped a couple, cheap pickups on those rare ones, as well as the OG Black Toes as well too. Let's see, the Jackie Robinsons.
Okay.
I mean, I can kind of go on the list a little bit there, but you kind of get the vibe. I was out of it for a little bit, but now we coming back.
Most definitely, man. That comes with the game. That comes with the game. So, as Big Money says, man, like pretty much it easily could have been just, like anybody in that situation. But to be honest, I'm going to keep it real, big dog. I don't feel like you missed anything worthwhile that you necessarily had to have. Like all the releases this year, they've been nice, but it's been a lot of re-releases too, if we're going to keep it 100. You know what I'm saying? So, I wouldn't even say you really probably at the right time, everything fell into place for you from what it seems like to me. You know what I'm saying?
No
Um,
doubt.
let's see. Kwame says, "Big money, Sonny. Screen is small, but I mean, yeah, that's normal because we're using the Discord. That's just kind of how the setup is gonna be. Because that's just how it is. Especially because you can actually have this one is cool because anybody can hop in here, and then we can add more people to the screen, and it's good plethora. So I had to work with what I got, but we gonna make it work tonight, man. So for the most part, I think I'm gonna start with one of the topics real quick. I know we do have the Levi's anticipated, Friday, the Air Max 95s, but we'll talk about that towards the end of the live. So let's just start real quick. I'm going to share my screen on one, and then we're going to have Sonny on here for sure. I know y'all kind of can't see him right now, but you shall see him in a second. I think I actually can make an adjustment here. Give me like 2 seconds. Keep in mind, I ain't did one of these joints in like a long time, dog, so y'all bear with me on this one. Yeah, I think I'll leave it here, and then I think actually what I can do, I can just drag Sonny's like screen here, and we can work with it on the side. Be a little bit smaller, but we can make it work. Here we go right here. Playing on the fly. But yeah, we got Sonny on the screen right here, so we should be good. Yeah, y'all bear with the kid right here. We should be good. And yeah, so pretty much starting off, it says Trump closes the door on tariff trade talk expansions. Here's the footwear, how it could be hit the most. Again, this is kind of one of those, when we think about this could easily be something where, yeah, it seems like, okay, cool, it's only going to be hitting Nike. But when you think about it, if Nike them have to pay more, what do you think is going to happen with us, the consumer? What do you think? You know what I'm saying?
Hmm. Yeah. I mean, obviously, we're the ones that pay for it. No matter however you get taxed or tariff or anything like that, right? The consumer always ends up having to come out of pocket. Everybody should already know that.
Exactly, bro. So like the consumer's gonna come out of pocket, and then before you know it, it's like, say, Nike has already raised prices, right? $5 here, $10 here over the years. I'm pretty sure you can go down memory lane of when Air Force Ones used to be what, $65?
Hmm.
You know what I'm
No
saying?
doubt. And like I said, I apologize, but like I said, even on those Jordan 1 pickups from the back, it's nice to start seeing Jordan 1s come back to the OG price. You heard?
Yeah, true. I will say this. I'll speak for myself. I'm a little bit Jordan 1 fatigue per se, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's cool or what have you, and if they do it right, I'm still gonna pull up and cop. But at the same time, I think what's the last like super duper hype like bread was the bread 185s they did, which was very, very rare. And I do feel some type of way about that because I'm like, dog, like I think they only did like 23 stores. Now, rumors is they are supposed to redo those again sometime later this year. And this
Right.
week and last week too, I don't know about you, like the whole month of like June, I think that was probably the worst like month for like sneakers, man. And July, we got what, the grapes? I mean, it's not really. I'm not mad because I'm saving, but at the same time, Nike them ain't really been hitting us with no bangers. Maybe it could because of these tariffs and stuff like that. It's taking them long to get their stuff over here. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
You
Yeah.
know, and
Yeah.
they
No, yeah.
Nike them. I got you 1 second. Nike them got the bag, but at the same time, just because they're worth X amount, don't mean they're not putting that all back in the business to keep the money flowing. You know.
Yeah, no doubt. That goes right into the CEO pocket.
Exactly. I
Let's keep
mean, but at the same time, he don't want to come out of his pocket no more than he have to. So I'm gonna assume, like at that point, they've already cut jobs. If you think about that across the board, so I mean, that's also meaning usually when that happens, that means the work I don't feel like necessarily goes away. I feel like it's just extra work that piles onto another team or another individual. And now they're doing double the work for probably didn't get a raise in the process. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah, and that's the fucked up part if you really think about it. But it says Trump said August 1st is the end date for the new trade deal talks about tariff rates climb, adding that the U.S.-India agreement is close at hand. So we do have that article as well. So pretty much, I'm very curious what like even spiked the president to even go after this. Where, honestly, he thinks it's a good deal, and he said that we should anticipate things to increase for a little bit, but I don't think that, I'll say this, with the exception of like a sale or something, right? When have we seen like a shoe that like or a price that goes up and doesn't stay there? And I'm not including the sale. Like, you know what I'm saying? When we have sales or the coupons, that's cool where it probably puts it where it once was. But usually when Nike them raise the prices, it's like a done deal. It's like, okay, now we got to wait for everybody else to get a raise and get caught up where it'll be financially feel back like normal again. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, no doubt. I mean, respectfully, y'all know I'm a bit of an OG over here as well too, right?
most definitely.
Yeah, no, the prices have kept going, man, for decades now, right? So, yeah,
Yeah,
that's just the way it is. So,
yeah, it happens, man. I mean, at the same time, it's one of those you just kind of roll with the punches. And I hate to say it, us a consumer, we're kind of like in limbo land for a little bit. You know what I mean? So it comes with the game.
yep, yep.
It says no more tariff extensions. So pretty much, keep in mind they gave a 90-day expansion, right? Okay, so he said it was at this time, and then they were supposed to take effect, and then like everybody got an extension, and then now I guess he said he's done at doing the extensions. You know, the expansions is pretty much on like Donkey Kong starting August 1st, right? And that's where we're really gonna feel it. But my thing is this: you got to think also what's around the corner, back to school. You know what I'm saying? Do we really need to see price hikes for people who got the cheering, who got to buy more sneakers? You know, like just
Yeah,
saying, you
yeah.
got to
And just
think
a
about the
quick
young
question.
bucks, dog. Because while okay, cool, say me and you skip a lot of sneakers, not to cut you off again, right? Because you know you're OG, I'm pretty much right behind you in the OG status, man. I'm getting grades left and right here and there. And that's fine. That come with the game. There's a lot of shoes where I can be like, all right, Skip, I already got this joint yesterday, that third. But if we got a young buck, guy or girl or what have you, you know what I'm saying? That could be their first shoe. You know what I'm saying? You want to continue on your legacy. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of things to
Yeah,
take in
that's true.
consideration when Nike do this. And then I wonder what the president himself thinks. Now, I don't care who you voted for or what you voted for, because at the end of the day, I mean, I got my thoughts on both parties, right? And I'll just leave it right there. But it has been
Yeah.
a big dramatic change of events getting a whole new party in there. You know what I'm saying? And I will say this about Trump. He wasted no time getting to work from what it seems like, right? If we want to call it that. Point blank period, bro.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And just a quick question, actually, in regards to that, because you already know, I mean, I've been messing with Nike for a very long time. Obviously, I have a, a pretty wide range of a selection, but realistically, lately, since like the tariffs and the prices been kind of going up, it's just been New Balances. Now, New Balances comes with a high price tag. I'm curious, have you seen this like with other sneaker brands going up? I just haven't personally been paying attention to other sneaker brands if the price has been going up with them. I would imagine so, basically.
Well, to the best of my knowledge, right, New Balance is probably the shoe that's probably gonna get hit the least and or most worried about. And because they majority of their shoes are already, if you check the tongue, the front of the tongue, it says made in USA. Not all, but majority of their shoes are made in USA. So I mean they don't have a reason to really spike it. They already got everything set up over here where, you know what I'm saying, we get majority of their stuff made here. So they're already at the peak where, you know, they sure they can raise their prices again if they want to, but unlike Nike and them where they're getting their stuff made at a, you know, much cheaper price already, you know, and with less labor costs and what have you, that's why New Balance's name hasn't really been across the table, you know.
That's
They already got the factories over here and they're already selling the USA, you know, make America, you know, great again and have the factories over here type of vibe, right? But to be fair, Nike then, I mean, New Balance them, while they've come a long way and they're doing numbers, they're still nowhere near on the level of a Nike, dog. Let's just, you know, we're going to call it for
right.
what it is. Nike's making what, you know, let me clarify this. New Balance them is balling too, but Nike them has always been the top tier billions, right? Even when they fall, it's like, yo, they still doing Billy. So I mean, like, you know, what's the issue here? You know?
Yeah.
Kwame in the chat real quick. It says New Balance, U.S. made up there in price for, but there are quality. So yeah, pretty much what he's saying. They're U.S. made, obviously, and I will say they are good quality. My problem with New Balance though, and why Nike them I still think still gonna reign supreme, and then Adidas them, I mean, no disrespect, ever since Ye left, I mean, they got the Sambas and a few hits, but I mean, Ye just kind of daggered that joint. You know what I mean? Point blank. Period.
Yeah, on a quick side note, at the end of this, I have something to touch on about Yay, but at the end, if you don't mind, at the very end.
Okay, cool. After we do the upcoming sneaker releases, man, and get ready to close
Yeah,
out, we'll let you have the floor and do your thing, dog. And I'll put you
yeah,
back on the main screen because right now I'm sharing the screen, so like
yeah,
you're on the
yeah.
screen, but we also got the other topics on there too. Just multitasking. But for the real quick though, I will say this: New Balance them, yeah, they're not really too worried about it. But my problem, what I was gonna say too with New Balance is, while it is a dope shoe, they all kind of look the same, you know. Like, let's just keep it 100. Like, even you can throw out every model, but it screams New Balance. Now I know you can argue that with Nike and Adidas, but at the same time, they got, it seems like New Balance used the same cut for almost every shape sneaker, and they didn't switch up the silhouette. They did like on a few, but not a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
my thing.
yeah,
This
no,
like when you see a New Balance, you know it's a New Balance. Whenever you see like a Dunk and all that stuff, you know that. But when you look at certain Nike shoes, if a person really don't know, they're gonna be like, "Yo, what's them is right there?" You know what I'm saying? They got a little bit more versatility, even though I am guilty of saying like, "Hey, man, this Nike stuff getting." They keep dropping the same ish. But that's just me probably being in the game and just getting used to it.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
and we know how you feel about them, Polo, in regards to the New Balances as well too. So but I respect it. So
I mean, I don't
all
got
good.
nothing against the New Balance, man. I definitely use them for the gym. You know what I'm saying? I think it's dope for the gym.
Yeah,
I've been running in them
yeah,
joints, working out. I think they look dope. You know what I'm saying? Some people have gotten mad that I have rocked my joints during the gym, but I mean, at the end of the day, it is a gym sneaker. I thought, like a running shoe.
right, yep, right.
Yeah, so I'm using it for what it is. So where we at real quick, it says, that's the latest massive from U.S. President Donald Trump. According to Trump, August 1st, 2025 will mark the end of the line of the trade deal negotiations. On Tuesday, Trump posted on his Truth social media platform, tariffs will start being paid on August 1st, 2025. There has been no change to the date, and there will be no change to the date, and there will be no change. So he's saying like, yo, we ain't got one plan, and it's not going to change. Like, he's sticking to the plan. And I will say this, man. I'm not saying he's the best or anything like that, but when he says something in stone, he kind of lays it down. And when he does backtrack, he doesn't like to admit if he's wrong or not, right? But it
Hmm.
says Trump added for an emphasis that all money will be due and payable starting August 1st, noting further that no extensions will be granted. He says that Tuesday's post followed the flurry of tariff letters that Trump sent out at least a dozen countries, with Japan and South Korea the first two recipients. The two saw their tariff rates climb to 25% starting on August 1st. So again, if you're getting stuff made that comes from South Korea or Japan, it's gonna take that company to spend an extra whatever they're spending is gonna be 25% more on it. If I'm interpreting this correctly, you know what I'm saying? They're got to
Ooh,
spend more money. So that means, and again, we can take it off sneakers for just like 2 seconds, right? While this is a mainly based like sneaker channel, there's other goods that we get from these countries that we benefit from too. You know what I mean? So it's gonna hit us across the board deeper than sneakers. It's a lot of
mhm.
things that people probably not even considering, like stuff you get at the grocery store, which we've already seen prices climb there. Because the main thing and the main story everybody likes to use for an example of what's climbed from what it used to be is the price of eggs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yep,
Yeah.
yep.
They complain about and again, I will say this, and I was talking to my pops about this on the 4th of July weekend. We was like, they probably did climb, but it's like, yo, we don't never really go in and we don't like, you know what I'm saying? Even if I buy eggs, I'm the type to go get a 6-pack joint because I ain't gonna cook them I don't be in the mood to eat an egg or scramble an egg or mix an egg with a meal every single day. Now, I will say this, off mode but on mode, one of the best meals you can have after you had like a great night, if you catch my drift, and I'm being productive here for YouTube. If you're hungry afterwards or what have you, a great little quick snack, get you some of them ramen noodle joints, crack an egg in that joint and poach it. Yeah, I'm telling you, if you really, really, really like messed up, throw cheese in that joint. But that's a great little ghetto meal. I'm talking about the
Yo, can you
best.
hear me? I lost your volume.
What happened? Yo, you good? Making sure we got Sonny. I think we lost him on the audio. I'll double check real quick with him. My bad, because I think he's talking in the chat. Because I still see him, though. Yo, let me see. I'll see if it comes across in the chat real quick, but I think we should be good. I'm going to read through the rest of this article real quick, and I'll double check, because we still got Sonny up on the screen. If it is audio, then we'll just double check real quick. I may have to come in and out of that joint right there. But it says Tuesday posted following, let's see, Freddie G posted in here, says Trump has been nominated for the Nobel Prize. Wow, I did not know that. But I'm not surprised at all. You know what I'm saying? I'm not surprised at all. Let me get to the article real quick. It says, Tuesday's post followed by the flurry of tariffs letters. We read that part. Says they too saw the tariffs crimes their rate to 25% starting on August 1st. Later in that day, the president also sent out similar letters to countries that were grown market share in footwear production. Says Cambodia, which is pretty much another country overseas, which will see a 36% duty rate in Indonesia, where the levy is 32%. So again, these people are about to feel it here on August 1st. If you think about it, that's less than like a month away, right? You know what I'm saying? Not sure if Sonny lost connection right here because he looks frozen. But if so, he'll come back in real quick. But yeah, I think we may have lost Sonny, but not sure what happened on that joint. So yeah, we'll double click real quick just to double check, because I know he's here, but we'll see. I think his joint may have lost connection, but we'll leave him there. Pretty much, you know what? I'll set him to the side real quick, and I'll just share my screen with me on it. And then, yeah, I think we lost Sonny. He dropped out of Discord. I think he's coming back. Give me like 2 seconds. Hold up real quick. Boom, put him back in here. Yeah, I'm not sure if he like lost it. Yo, what happened?
That was my VPN. My fault.
Nah, you good. You good. We kept the party going. We thought you lost. I was about to do that, but, you know, we gave it time. You know what I'm saying? We having a little technical difficulties, but we got Mr. Sonny back in the building. So pretty much not sure what you missed, but all I was saying is pretty much from what I got from the chat, Freddie G says Trump has been nominated for a Nobel Prize. Like, are you surprised at this joint? Or can he like do, at this point, can Trump like do no wrong in some people's eyes, man?
Right.
That's how I look at him. Like, the dude can literally, you know, and keep in mind too, while we're at it, Trump has also sold sneakers, you know, I want to say during the campaign and this year. You seen his pickups? Or better yet, better question, right? Have you seen the shoes that he dropped in that when he went to, I think it was the sneaker con in Philadelphia, where everybody pretty much, you saw that?
Yeah, the gold high top, right?
Yeah,
talking about?
What's your thoughts on the shoe and the amount of people that really showed up to throw the thumbs up, so to speak, with Trump with a sneaker at SneakerCon? What are your thoughts on that?
So here's, I mean, without going into deep with me, obviously that was a bit of a pass for me. But the most ironic thing was all these non-sneakerheads that know I'm a sneakerhead hit me up talking about like, yo, Sonny, I need those. And I was like, oh, so now I know who you rock with now, huh?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's they literally just told on themselves on that one, bro. And that's okay, man. I don't want to be the person that lets politics divide me from somebody who I'm cool with, man. Because I mean, that's the one thing they always say. Kind of really, if you want to keep somebody around, you know, that's one thing you probably don't talk, unless you're gonna like live with them and this, that, and the third. And I'm just saying, like, if you got like a boo or whatever, then yeah, that's probably something you might want to have. But sometimes you're gonna have to agree to disagree on that shit sometimes, you know? Yeah. For sure. Because if you think about it, that's the one way, like, what do they say at work? The one thing that's kind of like indirectly they don't want you to speak about. I don't think it's like written in stone, but it's kind of one of those like an unwritten rule, like, hey, don't talk politics, don't talk religion, and it's one more. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, and don't talk pay, because one thing I will say this, the minute you start having that small talk about, yo, you know, the paycheck, this thing, if you think you're making the same as the next person, you may not. Or you may be making more, maybe making less. At the end of the day, usually when that conversation pops off, there's usually an argument involved with that too. So, you know I'm not kidding on that joint. Sure. You know what I'm saying?
That's good.
And I've been
actually,
go ahead.
To that, you know, certain work environments, and I can actually specifically talk on mine as well too. They actually have an actual written policy, and there's actually video training that you actually have to go through and sign off specifically what you just spoke about too. So,
oh wow,
I got you.
Yeah, some people really take it in there because if you think about it, there's nothing more annoying than you think you and the person doing the exact same job, y'all start at the exact same time, but he's making
Mm-hmm.
more than you, you know? And you be like,
Yeah.
you gonna look and you be like, yo, what the hell am I doing? How the hell, it's not gonna, and you may be, and this actually did happen at my job too, right?
Mm-hmm.
1 year, me and my coworkers, we go up for the like appraisals each and every year, or what have you. He comes into work and he was like, "Yo, we've been paid like a couple times since then." He's like, "Yo, I think I got a raise. Did you get a raise? Are you getting more in your paycheck?" I looked at him like, "No," and he was like, he felt awkward, right? But because I said it like, "No, what the hell?" It's like, "Yeah, man." At first, I don't think he caught on, and then once he saw like I got like very thick eyebrows, so I instantly kind of like frowned up about the situation, not him. And I was like, "What the freak you mean?" So like, yeah, I instantly called it out, and then like I think I waited like the next year, and then I like, yo, everybody getting a raise with me, what the hell? And then like what killed me, they were like, you make a significant amount more. I don't give a damn. You know what I'm saying? Like if everybody
Yeah.
getting a raise, we getting a raise. You know what I'm saying? They tried to hit me with that
Right.
shit. I felt some type of way, bro.
That's why you should never, if you do get a raise, don't even talk about
Yeah,
it.
see,
Period.
that's where
Just
my
go.
coworker messed up. He told me because
Yeah.
I didn't get one, but he thought we both got one. You know what I'm saying? He was like, "Yeah, man, I got a raise," and then like I think for the remainder of the year, every little sly chance I got, I would be like, "Yeah, well, you the one getting raises around here, so obviously, you know what I mean." I would literally was just, I don't know, man. It took me a minute to get over the shit. You know what I mean? I felt some
I hear
type of
you,
way,
dude.
bro. I mean, that's just fair, you know what I mean? But it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? That was years ago. Now I just learned how to move, so I learned from that experience. So yeah, you don't really talk. You shouldn't talk that at work because I'm literally the living example why you don't want to do that. You know?
Word. Respect. Yep.
Exactly. Back to the article real quick. It says the tariff letters were similar to the bare bones outline of a trade agreement with Vietnam. Disclosed last Wednesday, the agreement called for a 20% tariff on Vietnam imports to the U.S., but has also added a 40% tariff on transshipping. So that means more and more. So it's already got to pay the tariffs, and that's like transshipping probably means is how they got to get the mother trucker over here because some tells me
Mm-hmm.
it's not free to come across the water, you know, and it
Mm-hmm.
probably most
Yep.
likely costs more, especially if they got a
Mm-hmm.
40% tariff transshipping on it. It says the tariff letters issued on Monday were more slated to be sent over the next few days, included both a transshipping tariff and a provision for duties for countries who chose to raise their rates on American imports. But I mean, I feel like all is fair in love is war is the saying I'm saying right here. If you're gonna raise
Mm-hmm.
your shit, what do you think they're gonna do whenever we, you know what I'm saying? All right, cool. You're gonna raise our shit to get the shit shipped over there. Well, guess what? We're gonna do the same if you want to ship some shit over here. But
Yeah.
the reason I think that probably like, if I had to guess, as if I from the outside looking in, if I had to guess, we get more shit from them than the other way around. I mean, let's just keep it
Yeah.
a real. How many shits do we get shipped over there? And we can insert the blink, right? Think about it. We're the one country where, majority of our jobs have went overseas, and I also think, yeah, we get fruit and our vegetables grown here, but, at the same time, they've raised the prices on that shit too. So,
Yeah, and respectfully, I think the only thing that we actually ship is literally our potato Idahos to Ireland. That's about it. That's the only thing that I know of, right?
bro, I mean, I'm pretty sure, to be fair, I'm gonna play devil's advocate. I would think it's more than that, but at the same time, we know that's one item. But it's probably, I would say, there's not much more. I think when I covered it the first time, they said we get like what, anywhere from 65 to 70% of our shit is shipped in from overseas, like from one of these
Yeah.
countries. You know,
Right. Yeah.
yeah, and probably if I had to do, if we're shipping shit over there, it's probably a close to like maybe 10 to 15%, 20 if we're really pushing it, right? And that's a stretch,
Yeah. It's a
so
stretch, and that's it.
yeah, that's
And
a
I've been
stretch.
older than you. And that's an education on me. Like I've been telling you, I've learned something old that's new to me. You know what I'm saying? So salutes.
Most definitely. My thing is this: I I don't. I want to know what the overall goal and plan of even doing this. Because some stuff I feel like, was this a system that was broken for years that we really didn't know about that he felt like needing fixing, or is it just something he just decided to dive into? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm
Yeah.
wondering
I've never
why.
actually
What
done the.
like
Yeah.
I'm wondering what made him want to like trigger this situation, right?
Hmm.
Right. Let me get to the article real quick. It says one shoe producing countries that hasn't yet received a tariff letter is India, which I did have a different type, but it looks like it's all covered under here. So we're gonna be able to keep the party flowing. We're gonna be to join for like another 20 minutes. We're also gonna talk upcoming sneak releases, and then I know for a fact we're gonna have Sonny. He wants to address something, particular too. So we're gonna make sure we make room for everything, especially since we started on time. Looks like we got Callie the Kid in the building. Got one of these joints going up in the screen. What up, homie? What up? What up? What up? Y'all smash that like button as y'all come in and out, man. Most definitely. We see you, Sonnies. Let's see real quick. It says one shoe company that hasn't received that was India. It says, which is facing a 26% tariff rate. The speculation is that an announcement on the framework for some trade understanding could come as early as Tuesday night, with more formal agreement to be finalized down the road. It says in a clip posted on X, which is formerly known as Twitter for the people who don't know. Very interesting name change, by the way, but it's still kind of one of those. I also know if you type in Twitter, it's just going to default to the X page, right? No pun intended, but yeah, that's Elon's Musk doing, I guess. Which ironically,
Yep.
remember when Trump first came in office, Elon was kind of like he had like I ain't gonna say like he had a certain role for like X amount of days, and now that he's not on that role anymore because it was only temporary, when we all pretty much
Right.
have an idea how that deal probably came about, but I'll leave it right
Yep.
there, that's a whole nother lie, right?
Right.
It says in a clip posted on Monday, Trump said Monday night that the U.S. is close to a deal with India, the countries where a deal isn't likely or where talks have dragged on without much movement forward. Were sent a tariff letter indicating how much more in tariffs they would have to pay. He also said in a separate Bloomberg post on X that there could be some wiggle room in his August 1st deadline, noting that if they call with a different offer we'll do it. So, I mean, he's already kind of going back on his word already because he said August 1st no matter what. But I'm guessing if the deal is more so in his favor, he may work with you. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. At the end of the day, and I'm not supporting Trump or saying where I stand like political ways or anything like that, but at the end of the day, it sounds like to me he's just a businessman first. Now, if he's a successful one, you discuss that, or that's where you decide. But that's his mindset considering what the typical politician of what I feel like I'm used to seeing, It could be a gift and a curse.
Right.
It says, in addition, Trump in the cabinet meeting Tuesday morning said of the European Union, we're probably 2 days off from sending them a letter. While there are reports that talks have progressed, Trump apparently is still pushing for concessions like over digital services taxes. Italy, Spain, and Portugal and EU members that also have footwear production capacity, which I don't think I've seen any shoes. I'm not saying they don't get made, but I mean like majority of our shoes I think pretty much comes from like, definitely not from Italy or Spain or Portugal to the best of my knowledge. So that's probably why he's not really, I guess going in on them per se as much as the other ones. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
very interesting. And to be honest, man, this is something kind of good to know for us sneakerheads because realities, dog, Nike them has already been moving the needle for the resale market. And I always used to, and sure, every year something is always going to go up no matter how you slice it and dice it. They're going to, every year, the cost of everything is going to go up. And it just usually, it just now is going to be a more noticeable change if we get these tariffs where it's like this. Now, I will say this, I've always said, like, I never understood why Nike them raise it, but sometimes they have to. But one of the things that I was trying to get out here that I also used to throw the finger at real quick is pretty much The resellers, man, the resale market that kind of boomed out of nowhere. That now that seems to kind of be on a downward spiral, so to speak. Would you think, for the resale market, what's the last shoe you actually paid resale for? You know,
I I can't. I don't know. Good, great question. It's been a while.
See, and I don't want to turn this live into picking on those guys, but at the same
Right.
time, I'll say this: if Nike, the head honcho who gets the shoe over here where we would like to cop from first, right? If their stuff is sitting and not selling out as fast, what is going on with the people who has a physical storefront store trying to be a reseller? You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I'm surprised that actually even some of these, like, I mean, you guys already know. I mean, you guys saw the video of me getting rid of a bunch of pairs at Cool Kicks, right? Now I get it. They specifically have their markup. I mean, but they have a different lane, right? Because they got a ton of foot traffic. They're very well known, right? And they have their specific markup. So for them, it's more of like, okay, boom, I'll pay the extra just for like the experience and to have the shoe right away type of situation, right? But as far as some of these small time resellers and things like that, all due respect to them and everything like that, I have no idea how they're surviving, especially the ones that have the brick and mortars, right? So, great
Right.
question.
Right.
Yeah.
And my thing is,
Yeah.
even just to piggyback off what you said, I get what you're saying, and that term like kind of just like triggered me here, the experience. And I know that's just what they say. It's not picking on you per se, but that's what they say. People come shop with
Yeah.
us for the experience, quote unquote, right? And that's my thing.
I'll never buy.
Right. My thing is, if I'm
Yeah.
going into the resale store, I know what I'm looking. I'm not coming in there to shop freely. I'm coming there because that's something I know I'm looking for. Do you have it or not? And I'm getting the hell out. That's me, right?
Yeah.
Cool Kicks. If we go down a rabbit hole, I have a feeling we'll see more of about them coming in the future, just like we have about Urban Necessities, about Zeta Kicks, all of that, what have you. Because I don't know if you've been keeping up what's going on with Urban Necessities and that resale side of things, but I'm not saying Cool Kicks is on the same type of ish, but they got physical stores, and those people want unless they own the building, right? Which I don't know. What do you think? It's rhetorical. I don't know. But they got something coming every month, a bill, and the employees over there too have already been like, one of their main employees don't even work there anymore. That's kind of been like a sob story. Now that you probably may or may not have been keeping up with it. I'm not gonna put the person's name out there, but one of the person that used to be on their videos, they were there for 8 years from what they said, right? And now they pretty much had to let them go, but they kind of did it in a shady way, according to the person that used to work there. Now, Cool Kicks has not spoke on it themselves, so I don't know their side. But
Yeah.
very interesting. What I'm assuming, like, usually how it works when a business has to it's hard to make cutbacks. They start with the employees first, and go from there, and then find ways where they can nickel and dime and do all that. And like you said, we've had a plethora of resale stores already close on their own. And I'm not surprised with seeing that Zeta Kick situation where that all stemmed down. I knew it was only a matter of time before we see more and more physical stores close up. The only ones I think now that's pretty much that I think may still have a chance, which is some of the original ones like GOAT and Flight Club, because they merged, which they do that. Stadium Goods.
Yep.
They've even had to close a store. I think they're down to, X amount of stores. I think they got one store. I remember Round 2 closed majority of their stores a long time ago. I think they got one open still in Richmond, Virginia, but don't quote me on that. Yeah. So think about
This is Stadium Goods you mentioned
What happened?
in Richmond, Virginia?
What?
This was Stadium Goods that you mentioned?
No, in Richmond it was called what was it? Round 2.
Oh, round 2. Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, they gone, right?
Yeah, they've been gone, but I think they still got one in Richmond. And I think also like the Sean Witherspoon, that's who started that or co-started there, right? Remember the Air Max 97 joints he did? Shit's is clean and timeless too. Arguably one of my favorites in my collection, man. Always. So, but yeah, I say all that to say, just like you said, I'm trying to figure out how they keeping the lights open. And if you think about, Urban Necessities, again, not sure how much you've been keeping up, but they already filed. They're trying to file for bankruptcy, from what I got from it, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. So I
Yep.
mean, and that was one of the most well-known stores too. But I knew that was only a certain amount of time. I'm not surprised about that one at all, and I'll leave it right there. You know what I'm saying? Because that always kind of had. I always, at the end of the day, you're gonna always have questions, But I always say, it's none of my business, But again, I tried to use that line with Divine in the sold out Discord meeting, and one thing that he pointed out, he was like, "Well, you're right, but when they started posting the shit online, they kind of started making it everybody's business at this point." You know what I mean?
Yep. Yep.
So I mean, at the same time, I had to stand down on that one. Let me touch the chat real quick. It says Rivero fam says, being in retail leadership, the common pattern aside from employee/staff reduction is the process time expectations to reduce forecast labor hours. So that's one thing. When you got less staff, and you're gonna have to pick up the, obviously you're gonna have to pick up the extra gap. Somebody got to pick it up, because certain stores will have you have to do this, or they don't really want you to leave unless it be done. It can't be wait till the morning. You know what I mean? There's a lot of rules with that stuff too for what they pay. Rivero says, meaning, for example, unloading one pallet of sneakers is 2 hours of labor is now expected to be completed in 1.5 hours, etc. So again, they want the same amount of work. From what I'm getting from this, they want the same amount of work done for less time. They want you to do it 30 minutes faster now with less people. If you was barely making it to get it done in 2 hours to begin with max staff, how are you supposed to get it with less people and you want it done in like 30 minutes less, 30 minutes less time? Do the math on that.
Yep.
And if anything, not saying it can't be done, but now you're wearing your employees out. They're tired. You know what I'm saying? This is physical labor. Like literally, this is something that this is labor. You know what I'm saying? This isn't the type where like you're sitting in front of a computer screen all day, just clicking away, which still can be exhausting and have its form of being tired. But when you're physically moving your body up and down, you know what I mean? And you got to go to, you could easily hurt yourself, Let's see. Yeah, exactly, bro. Rivero says, as far as the cost management, sorry if that was a bit off topic. I think the misread the subject. No, you good, bro. You good. You right on time. You right on time. No judgment. But I mean, because you're speaking facts and giving an example. I don't see anything wrong with that.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, so let me finish up the last bit of this article, and then we'll talk upcoming sneaker releases, and then I'll let you have the floor for like the last 5 minutes, homie. So pretty much been smooth so far. What do you think?
Yes, sir. Yes, absolutely. And just real quick, one subject on just to follow up on what Rivero said. From a business standpoint, that is literally the definition of frugality. Do more with less, right? And believe it or not, a lot of companies have part of their principles as well too. But yeah, no, well said, Rivero.
Wow. Yeah, and it sucks too, man, to be 100. Then you wonder why your employees get to the point where like, man, I just don't give a you know what. You know what I'm saying? If it get done, it get done. If not, I don't care. Fire me. You already don't cut everybody up. People easily can get in that mode, I've been there before too.
Yeah.
In fact, I'll say it, I'll word it nicely. I've also worked with some coworkers that have had that same attitude, honestly, in my opinion, since they started. But that's just my opinion, Yeah.
Right on. That's a different stream right there. But
yeah, exactly. It says Trump emphasized that the trade proposals are my deals to them. We're picking a number that's low. We don't want to hurt them, and fair. He said that in most cases, we're picking a number that's lower, in most cases, lower than they charge us, adding it's time that U.S. started collecting money from countries that were ripping us off. It says TD Cowen analyst John Curhan wrote in a note on Thursday that the 20% tariffs on Vietnam goods are on the top of the duties already on footwear and apparel. And he predicted that tariffs on Southeast Asian countries will also see rates climb. Vietnam has become the go-to place for production for athletic performance shoes, which, again, if you don't believe this stuff, check inside of your sneakers on your tag. You know what I'm saying? A lot of my dunks have made in Vietnam. You know what I'm saying? I know one thing. Only shoes I think I got to say made in USA is definitely a New Balance joint, to the best of my knowledge,
Yep.
I have to double
Yep.
check it. So
Yep.
again, this gonna make us you gotta pay attention to it at some point. Whether you're like I'm not a politics person or not, I guarantee you like to manage your money though. You know?
Yes, sir.
Exactly.
Yep.
It says the 40% transshipping rate is believed to be aimed at China, where the Chinese manufacturers have a converted China tariffs on imports to the U.S. by shipping first to Vietnam before the goods head to their final destination. Oh, so it looks like they tried to find like a loophole on the joint. And so that's what it is. So, because, first, remember, he was kind of aiming at China mostly. And then I know it's like why he started picking with Vietnam, which I know is still like an Asian country, but they were gonna find it like, hey, cool, we'll ship it here, and then you ship it out there, and you're still saving money, So he caught on to that, which
Yeah.
I gotta admit, that was actually kind of smart though. That's something they probably should have kept under wraps,
Yeah.
But
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
that's all that. Again, the saying is simple. Once one person knows, it's not a secret anymore. You know what I mean?
Very true. Yes.
Facts. Facts. It says, but China also is said to have a transship to other countries to invade its higher tariff rates. The accounts for the inclusion of transshipping rates in the tariff letters that were sent out. As for China expectations, there was tensions between the two countries that de-escalated following the U.S.-China rare earth materials trade deal last month. The rate for China imports to the U.S. at one point as high as 145% is currently at 30% during a 90-day pause, which I did cover that, like I want to say, a few months ago. That is set to end August 12th. Yeah, I covered this joint. So, yeah, they pretty much got a week later before everybody else, because everybody else is set for August 1st. China and them got 2 weeks and to figure it the fuck out, or I should say, China and the U.S. got to work together and come to some form of agreement, Where we at real quick? Kwame says, all my dunks made in Vietnam for sure, and most of my Air Maxes. I'm not surprised, and I know a lot of us not. And something you don't even think about, and to be honest, the only reason I know that random information is because whenever you're legit checking shoes, you're comparing stuff, you start to notice you're trying to pay attention to certain things, right? That's why I even know, because other than that, I would have to go grab a pair. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Let's see where we at. I'm about to close out on the article real quick, and then we're going to let Big Money Sonny have the floor. We'll talk upcoming sneaker releases as well. It says, but Chinese representatives have said that the country would oppose to attempts by the U.S. to strike the trade deals that would be the contrary to China's interests. China is Vietnam's largest trading partner, and it couldn't have been too happy to see that the inclusion of transshipping provision in the Vietnam agreement or same inclusion in Monday tariff letters, says the UBS head of fixed income and Chief Investment Officer America's Kurt Rana noted that Tuesday in the company webinar updating the state of tariffs said that the rates in the letters were the same as the levies disclosed on April 2nd, with just the goal post shifting to August. His colleagues, U.S. Chief Economics Jonathan Pingle, raised the possibility that tariffs could see the U.S. enter the period of a stagflation. So there you go right there, man. So easily, right? This could be something that we could all be affected by, man. You know what I'm saying? It just depends. Now, I do think as we get closer to things like this, it won't be that big a deal. You know what I'm saying? I think that eventually we will just pretty much have and I'm going to put Sonny here back on the main screen on this joint real quick, but we could easily just have something that's simple, like he push it out again and he could just be bluffing. Because at the end of the day, he says he's not going to do one thing, and then he ends up doing it. Then he switches it back. I can say this year long, and I'm pretty sure you noticed it. They flipped the switch on some shit and then realized, oh, that actually was, cut that back, leave that alone, put that back. You know what I'm saying? They're trial and error, this year. So that's what we got, man. Yeah. So pretty much, we're coming up towards the tail end of the live, man. You said you wanted to cover something specifically. I got you back up on the main screen here.
Sure.
And then after that, we'll talk upcoming sneaker releases and wrap things up here, man.
Yeah, and I'll make this kind of fast. I know we want to kind of see the upcoming sneaker releases. And Polo, I don't know if you actually kind of covered this in the past. Again, for me, it's something that's old, that's brand new to me as well too. So last night, me and my lady, we watching, we're doing the Netflix and chill thing, right? And I came across the American Apparel documentary. So anyway, the founder of American Apparel, his name is Dov Charney, right? Long story short, company blew up, they went public, company went down. Um, um, SA charges, to say the least, right? Kind of brought them
Oh,
down.
gotcha. I'm
They,
tracking. I was slow
yeah,
for like 2 seconds, but I'm tracking. Keep going. Go ahead.
yeah. And then basically, so what he did was create the same thing, same block in downtown LA. Created a new brand called Los Angeles Apparel, blew up. Long story short, and again, I didn't know this. Him and Kanye got together, and then he was the CEO of that brand, and they ran all of that clothing line through that store, right? So I don't know if you actually kind of know about it. I highly recommend watching it. It's about like, I don't know, 60 to 90 minutes,
I gotta
the
check that joint
documentary.
out.
But
I gotta check it out.
yeah. It was pretty ironic because and you don't know about it until the very tail end, and you see a picture of him and Kanye. I'm like, wait, how's this correlated, right? So I went in, did the research. I was like, oh wow. So then so he was the guy that came out with the T-shirt of White Lives Matter that Kanye wore. I don't know if you remember that as
I
well
remember.
too,
I
but
remember Kanye
that
wearing
kind
that
of like
joint. Yeah.
came full circle. Yeah. So no real questions around that and everything like that, but you just it just popped up in my head when you actually mentioned Kanye. But that was something that was like really. I was like, oh wow, full circle now. So, because again, I always thought that I know he was in he had somebody like kind of run his brand, but I didn't know that that person was CEO of Yeezy, right?
I didn't
So
know that
anyway, but
either.
yeah,
I learned
wild
something new.
minds think alike. Let's just say that, right? So
Yeah.
anyway, I'm
I,
off my soapbox. Yeah,
nah, you
but
good.
yeah, just wanted to.
I didn't even
Yeah,
know, dog. I didn't even know.
yeah,
Let me touch your
yeah.
chat real quick.
I'll post the link in the Discord, a little bit later. But yeah, thanks.
All
Yeah.
right, cool. No problem, bro. No problem. Let me touch a Discord real quick, and then we'll talk upcoming sneaker releases, and then we'll wrap things up here in the next 5 minutes. Um, Vero says we got to talk about the Telly 10 Jordan Flight court releasing on the 11th. I don't think I've seen those joints, but I'll pull it up for sure. And it says no. It says their fire says not a retro, but so fire with the good message for $120. I'll pull them up. I'll pull them up for sure. And then we got Mr. Turtle Ching in the building says hello and what's up? What's Gucci, man? So I'll see if I can pull them up. 'Cause I don't think I've seen this joint, but I can copy it from the chat real quick, just to see what it is. And then yeah, we'll go from there. Let me see real quick. I'll see if I can just keep Sonny here, and then real quick, and I'll see if I can search this joint. Give me like 2 seconds, cause I don't think I've seen these, but yeah, we'll figure it out for sure. Let me see real quick. I'll see if I can just put that joint in here real quick, and boom, real quick. I know we lost Sons. Oh, I think I seen these joints. I know what it is. I didn't pay attention to these joints though when it like came out. I don't think I paid attention to it at all. You know what I'm saying? Like it's okay, but yeah, I don't think I paid too much attention to these guys. It's okay for me. Let me see. Let me get the screen just right for you guys. But yeah, you talking about these right here? They're okay. In my opinion, it kind of gives me those Air Jordan 4 like RM joints that Nigel Sylvester did. You know what I'm saying? The biker, the dude that does the BMX joint. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not sure if you've
Yeah.
seen them before. Like, but yeah, it's I don't know. I wouldn't write home about
Yeah.
them per se, but I
Yeah.
mean, I don't
Yeah.
know if you've seen them or what have you, but I don't know. And I know that it's not always about Jordans all the time, and it's okay to switch it up. But you know, if I'm gonna switch it up, Jordan Brand them got to come with it. You dig? You know what I'm saying? That's just how I feel. They got to come with it. Other things too, we do have the Levi's, the Nike Air Max 95s coming this Friday. Have you seen those guys right there at all?
Yeah, so just to quickly touch base, because you mentioned this earlier. So they go to Levi's.com tomorrow. That's
Okay.
when they're releasing. If you have any local, again, they're going to be quite far and few between. If you live in a big
Probably
city,
not.
call,
Probably not.
yeah, exactly. And then I believe, yeah, and then on the 11th, they drop on Sneakers app. But tomorrow, Levi's.com. And what you're supposed to do is actually allegedly just download the app. Don't go to the website. Download the app is what I've been hearing. So
Oh my god, I hate when you got to do all these tricks and trades for the freaking
Yeah,
sneakers,
you got to sign
dog.
up for an account, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, they
So
want the info.
which colorway are you feeling the most? You know, there's a black joint. There's
So
the
I am feeling I like them all. Whether or not I'm going for them, I haven't really quite made up my mind. I got the fours. I've been happy with the fours, the OG fours.
I got those too.
Believe it
Yep,
or not,
yep.
I like the white ones a lot
You
because
like the white
I
joint?
I haven't had a clean pair of white ones in a long time, right? And as you know, I'm not a
Wow.
95 guy, right? No disrespect, you know what I'm saying? I'm just an
Yeah.
Air Max 1 and 90 guy, right? All day. But yeah, for some reason the white ones really kind of stick out to me. The blue ones are fire, and then the black ones are an everyday wear. So I don't think you can go wrong, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So
True. I like the black joint. And then also, have you seen the friends and family joint?
yeah, yeah, yeah. The friends and family joint. I think those are one that are exclusive to the flagship stores that they're dropping at, right? So
Oh, okay,
I
okay.
believe that's
I was
I
wondering how
believe
you.
that's
I was wondering how you get those. My
yeah,
bad to cut you off, but I was wondering how you get those. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, okay, cool.
yeah,
But I'll say if
yeah.
we got to stick with a Joe Schmo pickup, I think I would roll with just the black joints. You know what I'm saying? I like them. I don't see
Right on.
anything wrong with them.
Yeah,
Yep.
right on. Yeah.
Rivera says the Talal pair, specifically in my opinion, is the white and cream and gray. Okay, he says it's a collab. I did see that it's a collab on their joint, but again, if that's the silhouette though, still, I don't know. Even if they put a color on the joint, I don't know if it would still like wow me. Oh, I know what he's saying. Yeah, I seen these right here. I got those on the screen real quick for the people who can't see. But like, yeah, dog, like they're okay. But again, like, I mean, what are these supposed to be? Or these like you know what I mean? I guess it's its own thing. It's a flight court.
Hmm.
Again, I don't honestly. If they didn't do this collab, I don't know if I would even recognize these joints. You know what I'm saying? Like if you pulled up and they're like, "Yo, hey, you got these?" I'm like, I don't know what the hell those are. You know? And not saying
Yeah,
it's
I
a
mean,
bad shoe because it's a preference at the end of the day. You know what I mean? I'm not saying like if you like them Rivero though, you know me, I'll never ever hate on you, dog. I mean, I don't see what's wrong with them. I just know that it's something that I had you not brought to because I know I kept scrolling on this joint if it's loaded up on sneakers, you know. And then also we got the Aqua 8s coming at the end of the month too, if I'm not mistaken. Do you have those joints already?
Pass,
Aqua 8s?
pass.
Pass. So this is my
That's
thing.
it.
I still got my pair. I want to say from 2016. Don't quote me.
Hmm.
If it's not 2016, it's 2015.
Right.
I don't. Ain't nothing wrong with my shits now, dog. I don't rock them the way I should, so I don't see the point of why even like ringing up for a fresh pair, you know?
Right on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's my whole thing
Yep.
for that. So, and then other than that, I think Angel Reese is going to be doing her drop here with Reebok here coming pretty soon. Again, you guys should be seeing that on the screen. Now, I will say this: I don't know if I'm feeling a sneaker, but definitely feeling her. But at the same time, I'm just being a guy at this point. But my thing is this: I remember when, and I'm gonna wrap this up here, man. But I remember when Reebok used to be that company, you know. You remember
Hmm.
that? You remember that? Like when they
Of
had
course.
all the dope collabs, like they had Pharrell over there. You think about it, they had all the right move. They were doing everything right at one point. They couldn't do no wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Now
Exactly.
it's like
Yeah.
kind of what happened. You know what I'm saying? Like they just, I don't say fell off because they're still $1 billion company, but I mean like they're not. They should be. Oh, honestly, in my opinion, had things would have been moving correctly. Reebok them, and I know this may be a stretch, so work with me on this one. Reebok should have been up there on the level of like Nike, like right underneath Nike, dog.
Yeah, no, and then just to quickly add on to you, right? They got Shaq and AI, right? As far as president and vice president, what are they doing over there?
Right,
Right?
exactly. Like, what are they doing? Because my thing is
Right.
like they
Yeah,
could be able to
yeah.
use their influence as many like good connections they have, and how many people like
Oh, yeah.
respect them. Like, even if money is an issue, they can cut a deal where, all right, cool. If the shoe pop off, we gonna get like same with how Jordan brand got started. With Nike when Jordan went over there, like he didn't get the
Oh, yeah.
money up front, but he got like a percentage of each. Like when that started going, that was actually the better deal long run. You know what I mean? It's kind of one of those like if you think about it, because they said Michael Jordan's mom helped with structure the deal. It's kind of one of those, like,
Yeah.
if you think of the people, if we compare it to hip hop, how many people take the advance and then they be in the hole and always old, versus somebody who kind of signs with a label that's mostly independent, where, okay, cool, we only gonna give you, a percentage of your sales, but it's gonna be a nice cut where, kind of like a Fabio Foreign deal, where it's like, I think it's like you get a small amount up front, but you ain't balling. You pretty much something you could probably make on your own, but if you doing what you're
Yeah.
supposed to do, you're touring and your money up and your numbers is running up and you're selling, you gonna get it. You gonna quadruple that, And Jordan
Yeah, and
brand,
that's the point.
Jordan is living proof of that. You know what I mean?
Sir.
Yeah. So that's my whole thing with that. And I think the only other sneaker I think we got up here, I think I seen is pretty much the fall basketball collection, but nothing on the radar that I seen that's kind of sticking out per se. So I mean, at the end of the day, I'm not mad at these last couple months with the drops, dog. And I'm gonna put Sonny right back here on the main screen. But at the end of the day, if you can save a few dollars, I'm always here for it, right?
Yeah, let's get it. Yeah, I mean that's kind of the point. You know what I mean? I mean, we all own a ton of pairs of shoes. Obviously, we're all addicted to sneakers. Let's keep it a buck, right? But yeah, yeah, it's time to fall back a little bit for sure. Fall back, I should say.
Most definitely. Let me touch the chat real quick, and then we're going to wrap things up here for the night. Appreciate everybody for coming through and showing love. Pretty much Rivera says, feel like I got to get the Aqua 8 since I got the playoff 8s. I do have the playoff 8s, but see, I already have the Aqua 8, so I don't feel like I need a fresh pair. And even if I try to do the whole, and it's not about the money, but even if I was to try to get a fresh pair, sell the old pair, they're not going to, you know what I mean? Like, no disrespect, like, you know what I'm saying? I might as well give them, I'd be better off just giving them away probably, No disrespect,
right
Yeah, but if you ain't got them, I understand. He says, but I'm trying hard to stay retired from copping until the Gamma 11s. Those, now I'm making an exception to my rule, because when those come out in December, I do have the Gammas, but this is going to be a high patent leather cut versus that low patent leather cut. So yeah, the kid's going to want those for sure. So that's a different ball game, and I know those are going to cost. I know those are going to cost more. So it is what it is,
Yes, sir.
But yeah, man, we've been on this joint for an hour and 7 minutes. Let's go ahead and wrap things up for the night. Appreciate everybody for coming through and showing love. Appreciate Big Money Sonny for coming through and joining the live, man. Really means a lot to the kid. Definitely have somebody to co-host with and just kind of not, I will say this, when you have somebody up here talking with you versus somebody kind of like, when you're just talking to the audience and reading the chat, it almost feels like you're just kind of up here talking by yourself and somebody wants to just walk through. Not that I care and yeah, I'm by myself, but at the end of the day, it is easy to have a like co-host, man. So appreciate that. Y'all smash that like button, sub up to the channel if you're new and if you haven't done so already. Of course, y'all know my name is Jeremy Jones, and what I normally do is make content about sneakers, occasional trial hauls, and we got Music Monday. I'll be back live again on Saturday with another Sold Out Live, another Sold Out podcast. Until then, sign up for that Sold Out Discord. Link is pinned at the top of the chat. It's free to sign up. Well, of course, we're going to continue the sneaker talk. We got a food section, a sports section, you name it, man. And I'm going to let the big homie, Big Money Sonny, take us out for the night. Appreciate you for coming through and showing love as always. And yeah, man, close us out for the night.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, Polo, as always, man. Been rocking with you for a very long time. As you know, shout out to the Sold Out crew that actually been rocking with Polo for a very long time. As he mentioned, I'm talking to you, Discord, or everybody in the chat. Join that Discord, man. Nothing but love, real talk, clean Discord, sneakers, a bunch of everything like you mentioned earlier on the intro as well, too. Shout out to the good fellas. Shout out to Eddie with the lint. You already know, man. Big salute to you, man. And yeah, peace and love, y'all. Peace and love.
Cool, man. We officially out this thing, man. Peace, everybody.
Peace.
My heart is cold like December. The more my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. The more my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all them out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. For the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Who my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Who my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all them out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. For the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all them out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. For the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while.